Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a block that is called Patricia. So for that you're going to need two different colors. For the whole block it's just two colors. And out of fabric A, which I chose this, I cut one strip that is 2.5 by 17 and two blocks that are 5-inch squares. Now out of the other one, fabric B, I cut the same thing, a 2.5 inch by 17 inch strip, two 5-inch squares, and one 4.5 inch square. So to start, I drew the line down the center of this, and I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to match these up, and then I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch on either side of this line, and it is going to look like this. Then we're going to take this and cut it apart. All right, we're going to iron it open. I'm going to iron to the black throughout this whole block. All right, now we're just going to trim this up. Now we're going to do it to all four. I haven't sewn the other one yet, but I will. We're going to trim this up to 4.5 because we want it to be the same size as the little block, or the last block we have. So first we're going to line up the diagonal right down through there, as close to the edge as we can get. And we're going to trim off the side and this side. There we go. Maybe. Then we'll spin it around. Now we're going to line up the diagonal, and we're going to line up the 4.5 inch point down here. Maybe I'm a little too far down on the side. Line up the diagonal in the 4.5 inch point, and it should line up everything then, these lines down here and this one down here. Now we're going to trim that off. All right, and we're going to do that to the other one, but I'll do that off camera so you don't have to watch me do it again. So now we're going to take the strips, and we're just going to lay them face together, and I'm going to sew down the long side of them, and then we're going to cut them into our other blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, I've sewn those together. So now we're going to cut. If you measure across, these are 2.5 inch strips, but sewn together, the measure across says 4.5, which is exactly what we need. But we're going to line them up, make an even edge down here. So to do that, I'm just lining up this, well, it happens to be the 3-inch line across on the sew line. And I'm going to trim that down. Now that's even. Now we're going to cut 4.5 inch squares out of it. Again, we're going to line up on the sew line and this line. Can y'all see that? Am I too far down? We're going to line up this line and this line. Makes a T, and we need 4 of these that are 4.5. Again, line up the 4.5. Line up the seam line. Slice it off. 2 more. And hopefully I did not measure wrong. There we go. Just a bit of the scraps left for my pillow. All right, we've made all of our blocks. We just have to put it together. So we're going to do that. We're going to lay, these are our center outside. We're going to form a circle with them. Square, circle, whatever. This one, we're going to lay, our black is going to form a circle. My black. I don't know what you're using. It's kind of like a churn dash, you know, variety, whatever. And then the black one in the middle. So that's what it's going to look like. So now we're just going to sew our rows together, or blocks into rows, and then our rows into the block. But first I'm going to sew these together, and I'll be right back to show you the rows. We're all sewn together. Let's cut them apart. We're going to take our outside ones to the inside. I get confused on this part a lot. So don't be discouraged if you do too. It takes a lot of time. So these are going to the outside then, the middle one. And the reason we do them opposite, well, the reason I do them opposite is so they line up easier when I'm sewing them together. So now we're gonna lay it out. And as long as we have the white piece touching, see how that would be wrong? But as long as we have the white piece touching the middle, we're good. So now I'm just gonna fold this down, line up my seams. And since these are all the same size block, I'm going to go ahead and pin both now, the top and the bottom, because I don't really risk the chance of sewing them wrong, or together rather. Together wrong, maybe. All right. A couple more pins and we'll be ready to go. All right, I'm going to sew this up and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see what we've got. Now this is a 12.5-inch block. I think I like making the bigger blocks better. Doesn't mean I'll stop making small ones. It just, see how I did that? Oh well. I guess I should quit pointing out my mistakes. You guys might not see them, but also I want you to see them because I want you to know it's okay. So there you have it. This one's called Patricia. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you make the block. I hope you love it, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.